If you procrastinate, do you ever find yourself thinking, I'm lazy, I'll do it later, or I'm not smart enough to do this? If that's the case, you're definitely not alone. But what if procrastination isn't about laziness at all? A lot of what we tell ourselves about procrastination can actually leave us feeling more guilty or overwhelmed, which makes it even harder to get started. And so today in this video, I'm going to take you through a couple of myths about procrastination and shed some light on what's really going on. Hi, I'm Thea. I'm a clinical psychologist who makes videos about all things procrastination. Because when we procrastinate, there's usually a reason. Let's get into it. Have you ever sat down to start something and then you found yourself scrolling on your phone, making a cup of tea, or just doing anything else entirely? And then suddenly an hour's gone by. And then once you realize the time, you think, why did I do that? I'm so lazy. This is one of the most common and most harmful myths about procrastination, that we're lazy. And when we think this way, it often comes with a lot of self-judgment, feelings of guilt or shame. But for many of us, procrastination is actually a way of coping. It's about trying to alleviate feelings of guilt or shame or overwhelm. Let me explain. So when we look at procrastination, on the surface, it can look like laziness. But if we take a look underneath, we know that there's a lot more that's going on. It's about emotion. Tasks that are difficult to start are often associated with self-doubt, feelings of overwhelm, or fear of failure. And these feelings can be really uncomfortable, even if we're not fully aware of them. And so we avoid them, we distract ourselves. And this works, usually pretty well, but only for as long as we're distracted. And this is why we procrastinate over and over again, because it helps us cope or get away from feelings of shame, fear of failure, or overwhelm. So next time you notice yourself procrastinating and thinking that you're lazy, instead, I want to invite you to remind yourself, I'm not lazy. This is me trying to cope with something that feels really hard. Another common driver of procrastination is the thought, maybe I'm not smart enough to do this. And just like calling ourselves lazy, this is associated with lots of feelings of shame and self-doubt, again, making it even harder to get started. The self-doubt and overwhelm that often comes with procrastination usually works in a cycle that gets stronger over time. Let me explain. Something comes up that you need to do, and it brings up feelings of self-doubt or fear of failure. And so you avoid it. And this makes you feel better, but only in the short term. But later, you still haven't started the task, and now you've got less time to complete it. And this triggers feelings of guilt, more pressure, more negative thoughts, and less confidence, making it even harder to start next time you try. And this cycle repeats over and over, and these feelings get stronger each time. And this cycle happens not because you're failing or not because you're not smart enough, but because it's doing exactly what it's designed to do, helping you feel better from immediate feelings of discomfort. But once you can start to see this cycle, it can start to feel less like a personal flaw and more like a cycle that you can gently shift. So, how do we do this? If you find yourself thinking, maybe I'm not smart enough, it can be helpful to address this with compassion and empathy by reminding yourself, I'm finding it hard to start because it is really hard to break this cycle. One of the most common myths about procrastination is that we need to feel motivated before we get started on a task. You might have a task that you don't feel like doing. Maybe it's boring, or maybe you feel tired and you don't have the energy for it. And so you find yourself doing something else instead. When I was at uni, my house was never cleaner than when I had an assignment due. Even though cleaning isn't my favourite thing to do in the world, it gave me a sense of control and accomplishment. But no matter how tidy my house was, I still never felt suddenly motivated to get started on my assignment. And that's because motivation usually comes after we start a task, not before. And this is where so many people get stuck. Taking action, even just a small amount, is often what we need to build that momentum. So instead of waiting to feel ready, this is where something like the 5-minute method can be helpful to just take that first step and build that motivation. Because instead of trying to do everything, the 5-minute method is simply about just finding a small, safe place to start. If you'd like to learn more about the 5-minute method or give it a go yourself, feel free to click the link below. So if you've been feeling stuck or hard on yourself, if there's just one thing I want you to take away from the video, let it be that you're not lazy, you are smart enough. Procrastination is just your way of helping you cope with something that feels really hard. Thanks so much for watching and learning about procrastination with me. In future videos, I'll continue to explore procrastination as well as introduce gentler tips and tricks to help you get started when you're feeling stuck. If you liked today's video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe so you can keep finding videos like this. And if there's anything that you'd like me to cover in future videos, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Bye for now.